everyone, it's Shar from Shar's Fascination. Give me a minute. I had to grab me a cough drop. It's like it was muggy out today. So if you know, you know. I had my first class teaching at Michael's Crafting at the Cumberland Mall today. That was fun. We didn't get to finish our bags because we were running out of time. I was teaching how to, and here, for my audience at Michael's, this is my Singer Heavy Duty 4452. Okay, so I have the fabric from today's project here, and I will be filming that and putting that up tomorrow. Now, I was also teaching them how to do a strap, right? So this was just a little show on how to do a strap. And then, oh my goodness, because the manager at Michael's, hey Ellen, I asked him, hey, what's in this cart? And he's like, that is the clearance fabric. Y'all, I did get some more fabric. Okay. So before I show you this one, I got this. I know that's just a regular color, right? That's just plain Jane. Y'all know what a nerd I am. I like Star Wars. I like Star Trek. I'm a Trekkie, plus I love Star Wars. Oh my gosh. I found some Darth Vader fabric. I got 4 yards of this and a yard of this. I'm going to turn this into a garment. So, honestly, I don't need to change out the thread color on my machine if I don't want it. But on the next one, pay attention, my students, and we should have some more people there. So I was talking to the manager when we were wrapping up. The ladies, they're really cool. Some other people were curious. Somebody tried to hijack my phone. The ladies were not about to have that happen. Thank you for that. Because I had, you know, like the clip-on stand that I sometimes use. And I took that with me, so I had my phone balanced on that on the table, or locked into it. So I pick it up, and this one lady said that she had a sewing machine that's controversial. Hey? How's that, honey? Anyway, there's a difference between controversial and old. There's a difference between that. When you speak, I'm not trying to be rude to nobody. Please understand the word that you're using, because especially when there's children, please choose your words wise. I had 2 young girls there, of course, with the female adults. One was a young girl's grandma. She brought her, it was a surprise for her because she wants to get into fashion. This I did not make. This, like, one of those out of that other 2% that I didn't make, but I could make. Next class, Alan and I are working on that, the manager at Michael's, so we're working on that. And the event's coming up at Michael's. Now, I'm not getting paid for this. I don't want money. That's just me. But on another class, I can teach how to draft a pattern. Or I have some patterns I do. I would not be afraid to be bringing some patterns, especially patterns that have a multitask and multi-sides for different size people. I have to put the other bag aside for a moment. Oh, by the way, class members, there will be that video. You can see how if you have your fabric folded and you haven't cut, there is a way to do that. But you have to know how to attach your lining a specific way, which I'm going to pick that loose and put in a different one in there. So I'm just going to like pick that loose, restitch it, and just show you this one too. So there is that. So yeah, today was fun. Today was really fun. I had my class, like, we voted on one of the machines, one of the smaller machines. I know it's a Singer. It was a smaller, super basic. It kept jamming threads. So the one girl that was interested in fashion, I switched her over to the one I was using in store, which is a Singer Heavy Duty 4452, you know, my favorite. And she had a grand time with that. She had a grand time. Now, as for the Digital Brother machine, that thing's confusing. That thing is so confusing. My poor lady that came in with her brother. Now, these companies are owned by Singer, okay? Singer, Brother, Viking, you know, Bernina, they're owned by Singer, okay? So even a Bernina is owned by Singer. Okay, I'm not really sure on the Janome, but I do know that there are some brand names that they're all just Singer. So yeah, little inspiration there for the young ones. And, you know, you're never too old to learn, which I think is great, because that's one of the things. Now, there were a couple of young ladies that stopped by. They were wondering what we were doing. I was like, hi, I'm teaching a sewing class. They're like, wait, what? So I'm hoping to do another 2-hour class. Now, what I might do in advance before the class is show you on video what to look forward to. And if that's okay with my people that are going to be arriving, then we will go over to the fabrics. Now, my fabrics, because I'm not charging for my sewing services, you know, I got my fabric. That consider this payment. Okay, consider that as a payment. So, on other times, there'll be more good stuff. There'll be much more good stuff. Shirts, jackets, skirts, pants, dresses. Yeah, just a lot of really good stuff. Now, as for shearing fabric, you have to have this elastic that you can thread, or you could just purchase the fabric that's already sheared. That's the one that kind of has like the diamond accordion stretch to it. So there's that. But yeah, I'll tell you what. Crafting happiness at Michael. That was a really cool day. It was hot in there. So next time, make sure you bring a beverage. If you want to bring your own machine, you can do so. If you have the money to purchase a machine, if you don't own one, make sure you put that in your budget. Best time to get a sewing machine is basically Black Friday deals, and stuff like that. So one lady, she did bring her, like I said, her brother machine. Oh, beautiful machine. It's digital. Confusing as crap. Joy, I believe you have that machine. Yo, that thing is confusing. I think simple. Now, I know Singer, for the heavy duties, they have the digital. I know you own brother, Singer. This poor woman, I was trying to help her as good as possible. That thing was sewing so slow. It was like frozen molasses trying to thaw out. It was that slow. Oh, and sewing clips. For my lovely students, you can get sewing clips. If you don't want to take your trip back to Michael's, which you could, you can get your sewing clips on Amazon, and it comes in the tin with the lid. I just don't have the lid on mine right now. I used to have like 2 full tins of these. I don't know what happened to the rest of them, but anyway, yeah, so you can do that. So yeah, I think next time, is also going to be fun. Be a little more prepared. I will be bringing fabric scissors. I will be bringing the different ones to show people how good different sewing scissors are. And I already told the manager that I will be bringing some of my own scissors to show people how good, like, look, I have a pair of sewing scissors or fabric scissors from Temu, of all places. I don't recommend that you actually get yours off of Temu if you're a beginner, because you might not find the same exact ones that I have. Okay, where are they at? Hold on. Okay, so these are the ones I got off of Temu. Let's see if I have a little scrap around here to show you how sharp these are. I believe I do. A little scrappity scrap. Where is that? I know I have a scrap piece in here. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll just take this. You want to get a pair of scissors like this, right? See what that just did? That just cut that really nice. You want a good pair of fabric scissors. Plus that looks cleaner. Pinking shears. I got these from Amazon, right? You can get some of your scissors off Amazon, And they just so happen to come with these. These are great to have at your machine. I have a few pair. This pair actually came with a yarn kit. Well, not a yarn kit. It just came with some yarn in a bag. These are super sharp, so you have to be super careful. I don't want people to cut themselves. So these are good for your thread, clipping your threads away. You don't want a big pair of scissors at your machine. You just want a little pair. Amazon for these. Put in pinking shears. If you don't know what pinking shears look like, this is what they look like. See that? That's what pinking shears do. And these keep fabrics from fraying. So don't be afraid. This keeps your fabrics from fraying and falling apart, because there are some fabrics, like some denims, that will definitely fray. So yeah, pretty much I will be building back my fabric inventory at home. Definitely. Plus ookie kooky spooky season. Oh my gosh, y'all. The retro looking Halloween decor at Michael's. So freaking cute. I wanted to like go get one of the Black Kitty statues. But I'm gonna have to wait. So 4 yards of Darth Vader and a yard of this. And they're close enough that it doesn't look like it on camera, but in person, it's close enough to the colors. And I had seen this and it reminded me of a bandana. So I might actually, with some of this, make a bandana for myself. Also, what you can do with that is, because you need the elastic if you're going to do that proper. Now the back of my head for some reason is square now. I don't get that. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. And at one point I will be teaching you how to stitch your elastics, because you want to make sure you have it stretched good enough so when it comes back in, you get that fit that you want. And just go over there. So yeah, tomorrow or Monday I will have that video up. I'm gonna seam rip out the liner I have in that one backpack that I'm making for Gracie Lou. I want to do the lining different. Yeah. So, and I have enough fabric to do that, so I'm not honestly worried about it. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, great day today. To make anybody stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. And remember, if you want to craft happiness, Michael's Crafting, helping you craft happiness any day. Bye.